What's up, everyone? This is Misti-Dawn with the Manamal Streaming Radio, and I'm here talking to the guys from Emperial March. What's up, guys?
What's up?
That's what I like to hear. Can you give us your names and what instrument you play in the band?
I'm Eddie. I play guitar and I do lead vocals.
My name is Kevin and I play guitar.
My name is Roy and I pound the drums.
Nice. How did you all meet?
Let's see here. Brian is not here tonight. He's our bass player. Brian and I, we're in a different band together, and we decided to do something a little bit more heavier. So him and I were pounding some things out for a while, just creating riffs and getting songs together. And then we got a hold of Roy, which we found. He was walking down the street with the drums on his back. And was like, hey, man, he looks like a drummer. Like, he'd be perfect for us, you know? So we got him in. Actually, we found him on Craigslist. We had to make sure he wasn't going to kill us first.
That's a good thing.
Yes, we had to make sure it was safe. So, no, we actually found Roy through an ad, and he come over, he jammed out with us, and we were like, man, he's like perfect. He works out great. He's got an awesome attitude, and it just went great from there. So we trudged on, and then eventually, I think it was about maybe 2 years into us, I was at Guitar Center one day, and I heard this phenomenal guitarist playing Eddie Van Halen stuff, and I was like, man, this guy is killer. And so I'm standing there, and I'm trying to get over to him, but in walks my bass player from another band, and so I'm talking to him, and I wasn't trying to be rude, you know what I mean, but my ear was tuned into this other guitarist who was playing killer. And then next thing you know, in walks my cousin. So I'm surrounded by two people, and I can't get over to this guitarist, and I'm praying, I'm going, let me get over there to him, let me get over to him. So my conversation with those guys was kind of like a Charlie Brown episode where it was wah, 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 wah. And my ear was really focused on the guitar player, you know? It was like, you know, the guy playing the piano from Peanuts. So anyways, finally I got done with those guys, and I'm like, thank you, and he was still playing guitar. And I walked over to him, and I said, man, you're ripping it up over here, man. He's like very humble, and this is what he said. Here, Kevin, tell him.
I said, he asked me if I was in a band. I said, no, sir. Eddie's a pretty big guy, and I'm not. So I said, no, sir. And he said, well, you want to play? You want to come to the jam? He kind of told me the things that they listen to and that they play. And I said, well, wow, that fits right into what I like, too. So I said, sure. So I came over here into the jam space that we have with basically a room with no windows. So I was a little worried at first, but we hit it off great. They're a great group of guys, great musicians, and great people. So we just have had a great time this past year that I've been involved with the band.
That's great. That's a great story. I love whenever, like you said, you found him. Sometimes people don't believe in the saying. Sorry, 1 second.
The same mindset, same.
There we go. I couldn't even think of the word. Thank you.
I got you. Hey, I got you covered. So it was there was another guy that was with us for a while, but he didn't really work it out. And you know, we went on as a three-piece for a long time, and I just wanted to find the right person to fit into the band, whose personality as well as musicianship would just lift us to different levels, because I always had aspirations to do things that was a little bit different than the bands around Richmond that, you know, play different stuff. You know, I wanted to elevate us, you know, just on the technical side and on, you know, just compositions that we write. I don't know if people have heard our original music, they'll understand what I'm talking about, you know, and we tend to do covers that not your every band out there does, you know, and so I tried to challenge us, and it just makes it all worthwhile, you know what I mean? Because, you know, hey, we're going to tour Richmond and some places around Richmond. You know, I don't suspect we're going to tour the world, but, you know, our music will get out there and we'll leave something for our children and our grandchildren.
That's awesome. Oh man, that's great. Now, I love your band name. It's amazing. Is it a nod to Star Wars?
Well, I would say it's definitely a nod to Star Wars. Absolutely, we're Star Warians. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Imperial come from Empire Strikes Back is where that kind of come from, and March actually came from Brian and I, who were born in March.
That's great. That's awesome.
March baby.
Yeah.
Now, who are some of all your musical influences?
Oh, some of mine. Man, you can. It's a gamut. It's a whole gamut of people. Starting off early in my listening career, it's Led Zeppelin, Foghat, Van Halen, Judas Priest, and Metallica and Megadeth. Megadeth is a big influence. I love them. Iron Maiden, huge influence there. You can just everything that just really gets down. AC/DC. There's a whole gamut of them. I don't really have a favorite, but I tend to fall towards good music. Something that lasts. That it's not your everyday top of the 10, and next week it's gone off the charts.
What kind of music do you listen to? Like if I were to turn on your Spotify playlist, what artists would be your top 5, would you think?
Well, let's see here. I would say Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Metallica, Emperial March is definitely in there. Let's see here. Okay, that's 4, and then another 5. Number 5 would have to be. Let's see here. I think I said Priest already, and a new band that I've been getting into recently, which is a band called Ghost. I really like those guys. I think they're different. They're very unique in their compositions, how they write and structure songs. And it, when you always hear somebody good, it influences you to do things differently. And here, this is Kevin. Ask him what his top 5 is.
Okay, Kevin, shoot.
As far as bands, I guess I would probably say some similar: Judas Priest, Iron Maiden. I like some other stuff like Dream Theater, some progressive heavy stuff. I guess as far as guitar players, Yngwie Malmsteen is definitely my favorite there. Also like George Lynch and Van Halen. So those are probably my favorites. So I'll pass it on to Roy and let him give you some of his.
Okay.
Roy's the unusual one of the bunch. My background, actually, I grew up in a country household. My father had a band when I was young, so I was around music my whole life. And I always gravitated to the drums. That was always the instrument that was at the house that I gravitated to. Always gravitated to the drums. So it's kind of a natural thing for me. But moved into my teenage years, it was classic rock. I'm going to go back and say Doobie Brothers, like Foghat, Zeppelin. Believe it or not, there's a lot of unusual things that I listen to. So if you were to actually listen to my music, you would hear jazz, you would hear rap, you would hear country. I just have I listen to classical music. So my radio stations are all over the place. So, that's my influences. It's kind of weird. I've always gravitated towards heavy music, but never really thought about playing it until a few years ago. And then when they answered my crazy Craigslist ad, which was a crazy ad, it was one of those that was like, I play drums and you don't call me if you can't play with me. And if I'm at the bridge and you can't meet me there, don't call me. It was one of those things. And they called me, and we snapped it together the first day we played, and it was a match made in heaven for musicality. It was a musical epiphany. I guess I'd call it that day. It was like, wow, this is it. So that's kind of my influences. I'm all over the place, and I'm the one that's always like, let's do this. No, I don't want to do that. Let's do this. No, I don't want to do that. So that's me. That's my personality. So. Love these guys. Great band. I couldn't ask for any better group of people, musically and personality. It's just awesome. It's just a great match.
You guys work like a well-oiled machine. I enjoy watching your live stuff, live videos there that you have out. Now, I did read an article that stated that you guys have done some competitions locally to you. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, we played. I don't really think we did any competitions. I think we opened for Overkill. We've opened up for Little Ozzy at his birthday bash. We've been invited to open up for several other different acts, big acts that come through town, but unfortunately we had different scheduling where we couldn't do anything with those guys, which we would have loved to, but we just couldn't do it. Scheduling held us out from doing that. But there's more things in the works that are coming up within this year. And we've never really played any like Battle of the Bands or stuff like that. We've just treaded our own path and pushed on with Emperial March. And our little practice space here, let me get this right, because Roy was like or Kevin, maybe Kevin was saying it was like a dungeon or something. No, it's actually Death Star Studios is the name of our rehearsal space. That's where we do all of our recording. We do all of our tracking. Everything's done here in Death Star Studios. And it's, kind of named after Megadeth. It's the DETH instead of the DEATH, so. But, it's kind of like the Death Star.
Right. That's cool. That's super cool. How do you promote
guitar track? Gonna lift you up by his powers and strangle you to death.
I lost you for a second there, so I'm trying to catch up to the speed here. Okay. Now, what's been your biggest challenge as a band?
Not really much challenge-wise. We're all pretty much accomplished musicians, so we look for things that really pique our interest, but still is recognizable to people that we play out to. The fans that come see us. I guess challenge. Well, I hear you. Challenge-wise for me is changing my strings and not having them break when I'm at a gig. And Kevin's got to take over all the guitar skills until I pick up the next guitar. That's a challenge.
Heck yeah, it is a challenge.
Or Roy playing his drums, and I feel this whack in the back of my head, and I'm going, what the hell is that? It's where he's broke a drumstick and it's hit me in the back of the head by accident. or maybe on purpose. I don't really know, because my eyes are not in the back of my head.
Just don't watch the videos.
But we all have fun. We look forward to meeting new people. We always like taking pictures with our fans and friends. And, we're not one of those bands that'll get out there and when we're done playing, we hurtle in a corner all to ourselves. We go around, we meet people. We like to take pictures. We like to introduce ourselves, it's much about those people as it is about us. We want them to have fun. We want them to have a good time.
That's a good way to be with me. I've noticed that there's a lot of platforms now that, artists are able to, interact with their, like pledge music, stuff like that. So that's great that you do that. I don't think there's enough bands that actually do that anymore. So that'll set you apart also.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure. Now, can you shed some light on anything that you're recording right now?
We have several things that we're recording in right now, which we're hoping to get out shortly. We all have jobs, you know what I mean? So it keeps us from getting as much accomplished as we'd like to. If this was the only thing we did, we'd probably have 10 albums out by now.
Right.
But, so we have several things that's in the works that needs finishing. And so hopefully they'll be out before too long here. There's a song called "Till My Last Dying Breath." It's a song about war. It's about going and fighting against your enemies, and you're just trudging on to free people that's been enslaved or hostage or something, and you're going to fight until your last dying breath. Is really what that song is about. You're going to give your all for your country. We're very much patriotic in this band. We love our country. We're not against people. We love people as people. We don't have any overtones of things. You'll never hear in any of our songs. You're not going to hear me foul language. I just don't think it needs to be there in our music to get a point across. There's other words in Webster's dictionary that can say the same thing without being vulgar or insolent towards other people.
I've had a few that were thus far, so yeah, that you kind of just sit there and you shake your head going, why? Like, why do you have to, and then when he's explaining his song, he's, using vulgar language to explain. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's just, I guess, when you go through life and you learn, that certain words don't really get their point across to people when you're trying to convey a message. Things that are spoken differently, can just gain a lot more people's interest in what you're doing.
Understood. Now, are you the main songwriter, Eddie?
I am, but I love to have collaboration from everybody else. And it's all a collaborative effort here with this band. It's not an all me thing. The guys are much as involved in the music as I am in things. I might have a riff or I might have a song lyric. It's like Roy came in one day. I had this little riff and I had it working over, and Brian and I were working it over, and Roy had played some drums to it. Next thing you know, he's popping through the rehearsal space and he starts spitting off these lyrics, and I'm going, oh man, that's great. That shit's great. And then we just worked it up from there. And the next thing you know, that song become Lost Your Way. And it was, it's just what it was. He inspired the rest of the lyrics to that song. And then after that, we made that video. And we got more videos that's going to be coming out too as well with our songs. We like having the experience of that and getting that out because it's a journey. It's not just a listen to the song and forget about it. There's a video and you can really immerse yourself in things. And I'd love to hear what people have to say about the song "Lost Your Way." I'd like to see what their thought pattern is on that song and what they think it's about.
Always post it in our page, and we'll see if we can we'll post it up and boost it.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, we can do that for sure. Now, if you had a chance, other than with each other, to collaborate with any musician, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
All right, I'll let Kevin answer this one. I'll let him go first.
With any musician in history, you said?
Yep, dead or alive.
Yeah, I think I would have to say, I guess a little bit like Roy, I like some different kind of music. I also like classical music, and I guess my favorite musician in history would probably be Johann Sebastian Bach. And he wrote just so much music, and it's there's just so much depth in what he wrote, even though it can be simple as well. I think I would love to just watch him play something. Not that I could collaborate very much, but I think it would be him for sure. I'll pass it on to Roy now.
That's a very hard question, just because of the different types of music that I listen to and the different artists that I actually like. But as a drummer, you like to be in the pocket, and in the pocket, you always want somebody on that low end that's really good. And one of my favorite bassists of all time is John Entwistle. He played bass for a very popular band that came out of England years and years and years ago called The Who. And he was a phenomenal bassist and was so relaxed on stage. And that was the coolest thing about him. He was just so chill when he played. That would be my person, just to play in a pocket with him would be awesome.
I'm digging these answers. These answers are great.
Thank you. I'm going to pass it on over to Eddie.
Alrighty.
Well, I guess if I had to choose one person, it would be my brother, who was 5 years older than me. He actually played guitar, and he actually inspired me to learn to play the guitar. And he's since passed away, but so therefore he would be the dead person that I would like to play with. But he actually inspired me to want to play guitar because I kind of idolized him growing up, the things that he did, and he turned me on to music. If it wasn't for him, I don't think that I would be listening to the bands that I listen to. So yeah, my brother Michael, he's the one that I'd like to play with now. With my band, get him in the band, jam on, have fun.
Great. I'm very sorry for your loss. That must be.
Oh, it's life. It happens. Hey, we're all gonna go one day. I'm a realist. I'm not one of these people that think that I'm gonna keep going on forever. No, one day we have an expiration date. And, it's only up to God. Who decides we're ready to go.
Now, where can people get your music? Do you have any?
Yeah, you can get our music on all the outlets. You can get it on iTunes, which would be Apple Music. You can get it on Google Play, Spotify, Amazon. You can YouTube. All the different places that you can download music. You can find us there. So yeah, and there'll be more coming out that they can download too as well.
Now, is there an EP?
Always, they can always come out and see us too.
True.
Because we put on in my opinion, we put on a heck of a show. We love to perform.
Now, do you have an EP out? Is that what it?
Yeah, well, it's a couple songs. It's actually 2 songs. There's a song called "Fight" and there's a song called "Lost Your Way," which is out.
I love that one. I love "Lost Your Way." I haven't heard the other one, but I will.
Yeah, it's "Fight" is a very, very political song. It speaks depth. Let's put it that way. And some of the other songs, there's a song called "Love Everlasting" that will be coming out, and there's a song called "One Man's War." Help me out, guys. A song called "Blind Eyes," which is a really good song. You can probably see some of that on YouTube where it's been videoed before, people videoing it.
The Darkness.
And a song called "Darkness."
"Darkness" is my favorite song.
Yes, that's
well, it's a toss-up between that and "One Man's War." Yes, "One Man's War" is a pretty good song.
Yeah, so those are. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say he needs to sing Luther Vandross.
Oh.
With the deep voice.
Well, I'm sure that could probably happen in like a metal kind of way.
That'd be cool. Now, I'd like to ask you a couple of non-music questions just to help the fans get to know more about you as well.
Sure.
What's your favorite pie?
My favorite pie, cheesecake.
There you go. Other guys?
Hey, it's my favorite pie. That's just it's a pie. It's comes in a pan. You can cut it in a pie shape, and hey, works out. That's mine.
Well, if you're going to go there, my favorite pie is pineapple ice cream.
That's Roy's. Now here's Kevin's.
I would have to say pecan pie is my favorite.
There you go. All good answers, though. All good answers for sure.
Sweet potato, actually.
Sweet potato pie?
Roy likes sweet potato.
I get my own sweet potato pie every Thanksgiving. Nobody else eats at my house, so it's all mine.
I don't like it either, so.
Yeah.
Well, you put a Cool Whip on it, you can't taste it. So.
Roy's actually a brewmeister, too. He actually brews some Emperial March beer.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I mean,
Limited edition.
Yeah, limited edition Emperial March stout is what he likes to brew. And we got labels and everything on them. That's pretty cool. I'm sure he'll post some up, or he has posted some up on the webpage somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Facebook. Got to dig for it.
Now, who's your favorite cartoon character?
Lordy have mercy.
Thundar, the Barbarian.
That's Roy. Roy likes Thundar. He's Thundar.
I would say Bugs Bunny.
He's a popular one.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny. Well, I would have to say Rick and Morty.
That's a pretty good one.
Is that the blue jay guy and a raccoon or something?
No. Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty. It's phenomenal. I love that cartoon. Yes, it is. It's like Doc and what's his name, Doc, and Marty McFly.
Yep.
It's kind of what it's based off of. That's from Back to the Future. And listen, it's one of those cartoons that is just out there, but it will make you laugh and you'll just love it.
I might have to put that on before I go to bed because that sounds fun. I need it today. What is your favorite movie of all time?
Wow. Here, I'll let Roy answer that.
I've got two favorite movies.
You
The
can
Matrix.
name 10 if you want.
The Matrix. Definitely The Matrix. Makes you think.
True dat.
I'm sorry?
True dat.
And the second one is Avatar, just because of the visuals. That was the first movie I bought, was Avatar.
Nice. Next.
Kevin?
My favorite movie. I'm a superhero guy, so I like The Dark Knight, Batman.
Nice. Eddie?
He liked Batman. For me? Oh, let's see here. My favorite movie. Oh my God. I would have to say mine favorite wise is Megadeth.
You don't have one.
Okay.
I'm being silly. I don't really think I have a favorite movie because I enjoy really a lot of different movies. I don't know. Maybe let's see here. I might have this movie right here. I like French fried taters with mustard.
Who's that?
You know who that is?
No.
That's Silence of the Lambs.
Oh God, that used to be my favorite.
No,
movie.
it's not Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, I was like, how did I miss that?
Sling Blade.
Nope, I never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, I
He
think I
puts
did.
on puts on a heck of a character. I mean, his character is phenomenal. The way he just transformed himself. He doesn't even look like himself.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out too. That sounds pretty good. Now, you guys have any shows coming up that you'd like to shed some light on?
Yeah, we're actually going to be up in England Street Tavern tomorrow. Matter of factly, we're going to be playing from 9 to 1. If anybody out there wants to come up and have a good time with us, please do so. It's in Ashland, right there off of 54. They have pool tables. They have a great selection of beer. They have food. And they've got Emperial March.
That's the perfect cocktail there, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect cocktail. And then after that, we're going to be playing Tim's at Coles Point. That's off in Tappahannock out there by the water. It's by the Potomac. Right, it's a little marina. Well, not a little marina. It's actually a big marina. And it's going to be really an exciting time there. And then if you have a lot of people up there in Maryland, then everybody can come up on July 7th and see us at Union Jacks.